out screen share. All right, perfect. All right, so everybody can see my screen. Is it big enough? Do I need to scooch it? Are we good?
Good.
All right, perfect. So there was a time where I just sat down and it was based on some of the concerns that were coming from coaching students, clients, potential clients, what have you. So we're going to start over here at the top. I'm actually going to make it a little bit bigger because I want you to concentrate on the top. All right. So there's two main problems that people have in their business. There's a cash flow problem, or you're at a point where you want to increase sales in your business. So if you feel comfortable, you can type it in the chat. Which one are you? Sometimes we're bootstrapped in our business where we need an abundance of cash flow. Sometimes we are cruising in our business where we just need to increase our sales. All right. So for those of you all that are bootstrapped and you're like, look, I want like a surge of cash flow coming through my business, you can type it in the chat. But if you look at it, it's going to take you one or two ways. All right. You're going to still end up at the same result. And so for those of you all that have a cash flow problem, or you want to see a surge of cash flow in your business, there's two things that you need to do. You can write down two things that you need to do. Number one, ain't nothing new. And I'll give you this so you can print it. You can print this out. Like I like to post this up so that if I know, God, what is going on in the business? Where are we? We need more leads. We need more sales. What is it that we need in the business? I'll know exactly what I need to be doing in my business. And I think Sierra had a great question. What should I be doing that's a revenue generating activity? So if you have a cash flow problem, one or two things. You need to A, get in front of new people, or you need to have more sales conversations. Now, in order to have sales conversations, you already have to have leads in your business. And so if you are a part of the week 5 mastermind, which I'll show you real quick, one of the things that we talked about was having a pipeline ready of leads. So you'll see this is one of my current pipelines. This is a pipeline for webinars that we've done, right? So if you're doing a virtual training and every person that registers for your virtual training is now a lead, I have a pipeline where I can go into and have more sales conversations. If you don't have a pipeline, then you can't really position yourself to have sales conversation. You need to get in front of more people. So let's go down this pathway of getting in front of more people. So what does this say? What are the two things, or what are some of the things that you can do in order to get in front of more people? How many of you have a speaker one sheet? All of y'all should raise your hand. Every single last one of you should raise your hand. How many of you have a speaker sheet, right? All right, perfect. Okay, so become a guest on someone else's platform. What does that look like? That means a guest on a podcast. There is a Facebook group, Black Podcasters Association. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Gwen, did I invite Gwen in there?
Yes, ma'am.
They got a whole group and everything. Yes, it's the Black Podcasters Association. Y'all type it in the chat. Y'all congratulate Jessica when she come in. We already talked about it, but she just logged in. So if you go and take a peek at like the Black Podcasters Association, they are always looking for individuals to be a guest on their podcast. Yes, BSN just launched a podcast Power Match 2. I don't know if it's August or if it's September, but most of you should be connected with Brian because Brian was at the event in April. And they're doing the same thing. Akila Tompkins, she's going to come and talk to you guys about SEO. We have talked about collaborating together. She too has a podcast, and she has a podcast database as well. So these are perfect opportunities. Yes, thank you, Gwen. These are perfect opportunities for you to get on someone else's podcast platform. Speaker opportunities. This is where Black Speaker Networks becomes a partner for us. If you are looking for other platforms to be a keynote speaker, this is a great connection as well. Being on telesummits, there's so many people that are promoting telesummits. I typically have 2 or 3, and anyone that is in our coaching program, always welcome to teach on my platform, period, point blank. We put out a request last week, I think it was last week, for people we're relaunching our podcast as well. So any questions about being a guest on someone else's platform? Clearly, I can't spell someone. And I had this thing for so long. Look, I just noticed it. Any questions about being a guest on someone else's platform? All right, cool. Not a problem. You know your girl gonna keep going on. All right, so here's the other way that you can get in front of other people, by building your own platform. This is something we talk about all of the time. All right. When I built my business over 12 years ago, one of the hardest things that it was to do was to build an audience and get people to respect me enough to bring me on their stage, right? So what I had to do was I had to validate who I was and the message that I was bringing to the table by building my own platform. So I started hosting my own webinars. I started hosting my own live events, hosting virtual events, all that kind of stuff. So here are a couple of different ways that you can build your own platform. Trust and believe, there's so many more. I don't know how many of you actually have an active Facebook group. I am working on being better in my Facebook group. Again, there's almost 2,000 people in there. So there's 2,000 leads in this Facebook group. Okay. Clubhouse. I know one of our master members, she's on Clubhouse every single day. I particularly, and this is nothing against anybody, I just haven't been on there in a while. Doesn't mean it doesn't work. But if you can get your rhythm on Clubhouse, Clubhouse is a platform you do not have to show your face to, okay? So if you can go on Clubhouse, start your group, become a part of a club, a house, or whatever they call it now, start to make connections, send some, DMs or private messages on Clubhouse, connect with other people, host a Clubhouse together. You would be surprised how you can meet 5 to 10 people every single day just for showing up for 30 minutes to an hour on Clubhouse. All right. So don't what I want to call it. Don't frown on Clubhouse, y'all. It ain't dead. Like, people still be on Clubhouse. Like, I updated my app. People are still on Clubhouse. Don't get it twisted. All right. Like, I think I told y'all before, I have a house on Clubhouse. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I do have a house on Clubhouse. It's called Profit Producer, helping women entrepreneurs gain clarity on making money, or money-making activities to double their income. Don't y'all be laughing at me. But yeah, I need to go in and update the logo. And I don't know how many people are in my house. But I have my house, and then I'm a part of other houses. It sounds funny to say house, but I might have to get back on there sometimes. Oh, I got 27 people in my house. And they might be looking for me to do events. Look at that. Let me go out here and talk to some of these people. All right, anyway. LinkedIn. We talk about LinkedIn all of the time. LinkedIn, you can build your platform on LinkedIn by doing live video in LinkedIn. You can, some of you guys, and I think we talked about this last week, about starting your own group on LinkedIn, especially if your audience is there. I think that's a great platform where you guys can build an audience as well. I said live videos, newsletters, and things like that. I love a good Facebook Live. So, and a lot of you are already doing it, but that's how you build your audience. TikTok is not on here, but I'm being more conscious about using TikTok and like connecting into, like going into people's TikToks and connecting with them. Like I sat on somebody's TikTok for about 30 minutes. And so I was able to connect with people, other business owners and things like that. So y'all know I go live twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to about 11 or 12. Just depends on, kind of what the topic is. And you all know that we've built an audience over there, but I'm being conscious now that we've built our platform to join other people so that I can connect. That's always the piece that we miss. When we join these platforms like Threads, like Facebook, like LinkedIn, like we get so focused on sharing our content that we don't mingle, network, or engage with other people's content. So make a conscious effort to take 10 or 15 minutes every single day to engage with other people's content, y'all. All right. Now, so I can know that you're listening. You hearing what I say, type in the chat, engage. I just want to make sure y'all taking it.
I'm not going to type in the chat, but that's the hardest part for me.
And me too. Like I have to, and that's why I just said, like, I was like, you know what? I was sitting on this TikTok and it was a really good one. I mean, granted, but I was like, let me start saying hello to these other people. Let me start connecting. Oh, let me hit the follow button. It takes 10 or 15 minutes and some of them follow back. Yeah, exactly. It's easy for me to go through and be like. No, guys, we need to go in and engage. So I want you to make a conscious effort this week. All right. Conscious effort this week to engage with other people's content. I'm not gonna just run it in the ground, but it's so easy to post your stuff. But the same way we want people to engage with our content, you got to go in and engage. And engaging can even be commenting when someone comments on your post. All right. So yes, engage. You got it. I love it. What else was it? Email and then IGTV. I'm not a big IG. I'm not a big IG person. Yeah. So I'm just gonna tell y'all, if IG is your platform, if that's where your people hang out, go forth and promote your content. You can go live. You can go live on that platform. So I'm kind of waiting until I get to a point where I can use it with like a StreamYard or OneStream, where I can go live on one platform and go live on Instagram. Until I get to the point where I have like multiple devices where I can set them up. Right now, I can't. However, when I get to 3,000 on TikTok, I might be able to use StreamYard and TikTok together. I'm super excited. I'm waiting. Woo! Yeah, see, that's what you have, the loud noise maker. But those are some of the ways that you guys can, kind of build your own platform in the yellow. So now that you have done those things, or you have 5 to 7 of those particular areas where you are gathering people, what's the next step? And this is for my people that need more clients, need a cash flow injection, right? These are the virtual things, just some of them. Some of the virtual things that you can do to help you generate cash flow in your business. Some people like to host a challenge. Y'all know, if you're in coaching, I have a 40-page plus. I don't know how many it is. If you ever wanted to run a challenge in your business, I have 40 pages plus that teaches you step by step of how we did the webinar challenge that generated 10,000, 24,000, 67,000 in a matter of 7 or 8 months, something like that. I forgot. But there's a document. It's basically an SOP document that has all the steps on how to host a challenge. Some people just like to do a challenge versus a video series. I don't know. A lot of people still do a 3-day challenge, a 5-day challenge, a 7-day challenge. I'll be honest with you, anything over 7 days, you're going to lose the people, because even in a 7-day challenge, you're going to lose people. So, me personally, I just have gotten away from it because it's a lot of work. Even though mine is automated, when we did the challenge, you got to go live at 4:00 every single day for 5 days, 7 days, whatever it is. Don't judge me. I just don't want to do it no more. Okay. But that's something that you want to implement in your business and lead up to a webinar. So it's more like an engagement activity than it leads to the conversion. Awareness, consideration, conversion. So the challenge is the consideration mechanism that leads to the conversion vehicle. All right. If you wanted to host your own telesummit, this is where you invite speakers to be on your summit. Sierra, this might be good for you because you have speakers, right? So if you want to have a what's the name of your Facebook group? I can't think of it. I know it's Voice.
Yep, Voice the Client Summit.
Voice the who? Voice the Client?
It's called Voice the Client. Yep.
Just name the summit. Voice the Client Summit. Okay.
I was going where you was going.
Okay. You was right on time. But yeah, so that's perfect because for you it makes sense, right? Because you have speakers in your audience. This is a perfect opportunity to give them access to be on your summit. Again, if that's something that you want to do in your business as a part of the program, again, I got a 40-page document that walks you right through how the freak we did every single last one of our summits. And so if that's something that you want to do, you just have to let me know. But again, this is what you can do to build your own platform. It start hosting. Like when we started this pre-pandemic, pre-COVID. Hey, DeShonda. We started this, and my first summit pre-COVID, we did 700 registrations. So I did one every single quarter, and I ended up, you said this is my way of letting you know. Got it, boo. Got you. We ended up building our list by over 3,000 people. Now, let me just say that you see a summit everywhere now. Like, and this is not to deter you from doing it. I just want you to know that everybody doing summits now, right? So granted, this was like 2018. We was kicking butt, taking names. 2019, whatever it was. Now we still could do about 200, 300, 400 on a summit on a good day. So it's not to say that it's not beneficial. And then if you do them consistently and you get some good people that actually promote on your behalf, girlfriend, they'll work out for you and in your favor. We also use them as a pay to speak platform. So when we do summits, I will charge people to speak on our platform. So it's a pay to play platform. Say that real fast. Pay to play platform. Oh Lord. Anyway. So we love to do a summit. I can tell you right now, the summits that I do every single year without shadow of doubt, I can tell you with my eyes closed. Watch, I mess it up just because I said it. But we do the Global Women Conference, Global Women Summit. We change it up every single year. We do the Influencer Summit every single year. We do the Sales and Marketing Summit every single year. I want to say it's one more. Global Woman, Sales and Marketing, Influencer, and sometimes I'll do like a client one. So like I think last year, the year before that, we did like Get It Done Summit or something like that. So I'll change it. That fourth one kind of is hit or miss just because we have our live event every year too. But we do the same one every single year. I buy the domain salesmarketingconference.com, onlinesalesconference.com, and every single year, I mean, people know it's coming. Granted, this year we haven't done a great job at it just because of personal reasons. Oh, but they coming back. You best believe they on the way back, right? Some people do interview series. I think I talked to Keisha. Keisha's not on tonight, but Keisha's going to be doing an interview series with other mental health professionals because she's going to be, promoting herself as an accountability coach, as a mindset coach. She's in the mental health field. So she's going to be doing interview series with other mental health professionals. And she's going to be streaming them, not necessarily like a podcast. We didn't want her to get too techie in it. But we wanted her to be able to reach out to other individuals to say, hey, I'm looking to partner with you. And we're doing an interview series and we're going to be talking about the importance of mental health. Watch this, y'all, because one of her client avatars are mental health professionals it's also a segue into having a sales conversation. What did I share with you at the top of this? What if you need to have more sales conversation? That's how you tie all of this back in. Think about the interview series. Think about the summit. Sierra, what if you invited your potential client or your ideal client to be a part of your summit, but you scheduled a conversation to have with them in advance, and you asked them, what's your signature presentation? What do you want to talk about on this particular on this summit, right? What happens, Sierra? What happens to those that they don't have their talk ready? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you post out there, I'm looking for 25 people to be a part of my summit for December 2024. I mean, December 2023. I guarantee you'll be overwhelmed with the response, especially the engagement that you're getting. As a matter of fact, I want you to do it. Just do it. Do it. You said you want to make money? Do it. I dare you. How they say? A double dog dare you. I'm gonna walk you through how to get it done. Don't worry about it. Yeah, woo, chat. Yes, just do it. Just go post it right now. And I promise you, you gonna get people, you gonna get speakers. Sierra, type in the chat, who's your ideal client? Y'all got me on fire tonight. Who is your ideal client? Girl, bye. Speakers, are they not? So, okay. So that could be a part of your question when you're hosting a summit. This is why I tell you to build your own platform, because you can say, hey, DeKesha, I noticed that you responded and you wanted to be a speaker on the Voice to Speaker Summit, right? I think I said it right. Do you have a few minutes to jump on the phone and have a conversation of what it's going to look like to be on this platform? One of my first questions is, are you a coach? Are you a consultant or a coach? Do you currently have a coaching program? And if they don't, girl, put them on here in your program, invite them to your webinar, whatever it is you need to do, and boom, cycle the rest of them over here. If they say yes, boom, you qualified. You say no, you're not qualified. You need to come into my program before you can qualify to be on my summit. Girl, y'all got me on a good day. All right, so yes. And you're in a group with speakers, women speakers, group coaching. Yes, they will reach out. Come on, qualify. Y'all know that's my favorite word, qualify. So now you see how everything in the green becomes a sales conversation. Did you see how I just turned a whole summit into a sales conversation with Sierra? And that's why I created this entire map, right? Because if you have a cash flow problem, if you need to increase sales, you need to get in front of more people, you need to have sales conversations. Don't come to me and say, DeKesha, how do I do it? Because I just broke it all the way down, break it, forsake it. Yeah, okay. I'm telling my age. I'm aging myself. But now I just broke it down to you in the green, how these particular things that you are hosting in your business can now turn into a sales conversation. I saw Jesse said something. That's what we talked about in my session. We determined I was nervous about doing those. Oh, see? And even the podcast. And for those of y'all, like I said, don't like being on video, go to Clubhouse. Invite people to do a Clubhouse with you. Okay. Even with the podcast, I'll give you an example. Y'all know me. I'm super transparent. I'm going to tell y'all what I'm doing so you can see it live. What did I just post? What did I invite y'all to be? What did I invite y'all to be a part of in the next? What did I say we are relaunching? My podcast. Listen, one of the questions that I have on my podcast interview is, when was the last time you hosted a webinar, DeShonda? That's one of the questions on a webinar. It's one of my questions. Okay? It's a sales conversation. We're gonna shoot the breeze, or what I like to call shoot the shit. We're gonna trip out. We're gonna talk about your business. You're gonna promote your business. But I'm gonna ask you, when was the last time you did a live training to your audience? And I get them every single time. Oh, DeKesha, I know you the webinar queen. I know you the webinar strategist. Oh, you got me feeling bad. Blah, 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 blah. It is an entry point to a sales conversation, because what's going to happen is they're going to start asking me about a webinar, their last webinar, and I'll throw it in there. I'll be like, oh, you ain't did one in 90 days? Well, matter of fact, let me ask you, and y'all know me. Let me ask you, how many people showed up to that webinar? How many sales did you make from the webinar? And they were like, you know what? I paid $10,000, I paid $5,000. So why didn't you do it again? And they come right back into my sales funnel. So everything I'm telling you to do it because it positions you to have a sales conversation. Y'all already know because y'all doing it. Y'all blowing up. I'm loving it. Everything you're doing is giving you the visibility, everything that you need. Y'all promoting your webinars. You promoting that you being booked. You promoting that people are reaching out to you. People are seeing you guys shine bright like a diamond. So imagine if you launched a podcast. Imagine if you launched a summit. Imagine if you said, oh, let me do this challenge, right? To bring in your ideal client. Y'all, that's how you start to get people on your list and have more sales conversation. Do you feel blessed tonight or not? Or am I just over here working myself to death just for the fun of it? I'm just asking, okay? Because I'm tired. I don't know about y'all. So, the other, like, right-hand side, girl, yeah, I'm in my zone tonight. The other entire right-hand side is all about the implementation and the how. The how. Here is the how, right? Because I know Sierra, like, oh my God, DeKesha told me to make this post. Now, how am I going to implement it? Here is how. You're not going to come in the room and I'm not going to tell you how, right? So what's going to happen is for the challenge, for the interview series, for the summit, you are going to have a registration page, babe. Got you. You know I ain't going to leave you out there like that. So if somebody's going to register for your summit, you want them to have a registration. Yes, another event. We love events. Events make money, baby. Events make money. And so one of the things that we do every time we do a summit is I have an email series, which I told y'all, get to know the host. We love to get to know the host. They love to get to know you, right? And I'm going to tell you, Sierra, or whoever decides to do this, on the day of the event, you are going to feel like the same way. Just remember, I'm closing my eyes because I'm feeling it too. Like I told you, I'm 1,000. Just remember the feeling of your dinner, how excited you were to have people come into your space. That's how all of the participants are going to feel when they come to your summit. Sit in that for a moment. Okay, I'm getting chills. All right, so then there's always a confirmation page, right? Very similar to what I teach you about your webinar. So for summit, for challenge, you want them to register, you want them to be confirmed, excited to have you a part of this event. Here's what to expect. Y'all know I love an appointment on my confirmation page. I don't care if it's a summit, a webinar, what have you. I'm always going to ask you if you're interested to go ahead and jumpstart generating leads in your business. So let me stop right here real quick. Let me stop real quick. So Sierra, that is a lead generating activity. However many leads you get, I just helped you generate leads in your business. Okay, go ahead. All right. So I love to put on my confirmation page. If you want me to show you how to generate leads in your business, go ahead and schedule a call with me. Period, point blank. All right. So then the big day comes. The big day is whatever your engagement mechanism, methodology. It could be the summit for Sierra. It could be the podcast. It could be Clubhouse for Gwen. It could be the challenge for somebody else. Whatever that may be, whatever you choose it to be, you host that thing, right? So if it's 2 days, it's 2 days. If it's 5 days, it's 5 days. Here is the beauty, because all of you all already have a webinar presentation. All right, watch this. And I know some of y'all on here, y'all have executive roundtables, same thing. It's the same thing. I just need you to put more energy into your executive roundtable. I love y'all. Y'all know I do. So after the event, you host a webinar or masterclass. Here we go with that dang old webinar again, DeKesha. Yeah. Here we go. Because guess what? When you host that summit, when you host that challenge, you're going to make an offer. Is everyone going to purchase? No. Why? How is it that you know that? Because I know that 3% of the people under the sound of your voice are ready, willing, and able to buy. You are marketing to the 67% who are undecided, didn't know that you existed, and didn't know that you have what it is that they need. That's why you follow up with the masterclass or webinar. I know it ain't gonna die. It's not going anywhere. I love y'all, but this is why I teach you to have it first, because you can't get rid of it. You can't get rid of it. On the webinar, you're going to invite them to that core offer again. We talked about it in the mastermind. After 72 hours, do an encore, right? What happens? You offer that core offer. Create a close enrollment date. Be very, very, very stern about it. This is the last and final day to enroll, period, point blank. And I like to have a final day to enroll because I like to create a sense of urgency. I don't want people to think that, oh, you can join at any time. No, not over here. No, you're not. What you're not going to do is tell me, oh, I'm going to check next month. Oh, it ain't going to be in next month. Or it's going to be 2 times the price. Okay, love you. I'm just saying. Got it? So I will, I'm going to make this smaller. What questions do you guys have? Did y'all like this? Did you appreciate this? Was this a refresher? Oh my God, you stressing me out. What you got for me? I love y'all. Woo! There you go. Drop the mic.
This is, can you say more about what was not the summit, the executive roundtable?
So executive roundtable is for professionals, like corporate professionals. So if I had a lot of CEOs or VPs or professionals in the, what do we call your industry? I always forget. What do we call, it's not, what's the law enforcement? There we go. Oh. Decision makers for the law enforcement. I would invite them to an executive roundtable. That sounds more enticing to decision makers than, oh, come visit my webinar, come to my training. So it's a live meeting that you can host. You can do that. It's basically you delivering your training to decision makers. It's who you are, some of the misconceptions that are happening out in that industry, some of the things that are pain points that are happening in that industry, and here's why they need to be addressed. If they are not addressed, here's what's going to happen. And here's how my company can help you address those pain points.
Okay.
It's a webinar presentation restructured as an executive roundtable.
Gotcha.
You're still going over the same content, but you're presenting it and marketing to your professional or corporate, where it's not business consulting, coaches and coaches, speakers, and authors. Mm-hmm. So we call it executive roundtable, but in this space, it's still a webinar. So Dr. Erica Anthony does an executive roundtable. She's gotten a lot of registrations specifically from LinkedIn. Okay. And it's corporate women. It's executive corporate women. Okay. And she's building her list like that. Yep. That's a great question. You're welcome. What other questions do any of my guests have or any of our coaching mastermind students have? Y'all know, I know y'all want to download the sheet. I'll give you the PDF and I'll upload the recording into the portal for you guys.
I got stuff where I'm sorry.
My baby?
When I attempted to do a Clubhouse meetup.
Mhm.
Do you have any training? Do you have any trainings on that? I was just gonna go to YouTube and look.
A Clubhouse meetup?
Yeah, you know how you go on the Clubhouse and you want to host like a chat or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
like a room?
Yeah. So I
Oh,
got
we
through
can do
most of
that.
the steps, but I couldn't figure out the last couple steps that I needed to do to go live on Clubhouse.
Oh yeah, I can easily do like a Zoom call and just kind of record my screen and show it to you. That's not a problem.
Okay. Awesome.
Look,
Thank you.
I need to host a room real quick so I can remember the steps. But
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, so I can watch you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Was somebody else getting ready to jump in?
My question was along the lines of what she just asked about the Clubhouse.
So we need a Clubhouse training? Not a problem. Not a problem. You just gotta remind me.
But when you were talking about you can do like a Clubhouse and then you branched off that to like make a webinar, what were you talking about there?
So when it comes to Clubhouse, I can tell you what I did. So I would do 2 or 3 Clubhouse a week. So I would do maybe one during the day and maybe one in the afternoon. Well, I know when I used to take Jaden to football practice, I used to sit in the parking lot and run a Clubhouse room while he was at practice. He was at practice like 6:30 to 7:30, 6 to 8 o'clock. And I would sit right in the parking lot because again, all you need is internet access and I ain't have to be on camera. And I would turn Clubhouse on, how to make 25K in 90 days. Guess what, Gwen? That's the same title of my webinar. It's the exact same title of my webinar. So my Clubhouse room would be how to make 25K in 90 days. And I would just kind of go through the same content I would as if I was hosting a webinar. And then what I would do is, if you have questions about webinars, raise your hand or however they do it now and come on stage. And you can ask me whatever questions that you have about hosting webinars in your business. And they used to come on stage and I would let them ask and I would answer any questions. I would try to give as much as I possibly can without giving something that's in a paid program. But I would tell them, I'd be like, listen, if you want to host a webinar in your business, go to the webinarchecklist.com. It's a free download and it's going to walk you through everything you need in order to host your first webinar. Now I got the email list and a phone number. Hello. Put the little link right at the top of the room. Click on the link above my profile or whatever. And I had stuff in my profile. So, if you want to have a conversation, and again, this is how it used to be. It might be the same. It might have changed. Don't make a lie out of me. I'm not sure how much it changed. But I would tell them tap on my picture, go to my profile and send me a message via Instagram. Because I think Instagram and Twitter were connected to Clubhouse. So at that point, this was before they had the DMs on Clubhouse. They got DMs on Clubhouse now, right? So they can actually send you a DM Clubhouse now. But I tell them, like, if you want to have a conversation with me outside of Clubhouse, shoot me a message, and let's schedule a time to get on the phone. I closed a $20,000 client that had never met me from being in my Clubhouse room. She literally was like, what do I need to do to sign up? And when I tell you I took a credit card on my cell phone, baby, I took the credit card information on my cell phone. Hold on one moment, please. On this little teeny thing, I enter it and tell me your number. I'm gonna charge you $2,000 down payment. Yes, ma'am. So I mean, it worked for me. It just, this was back, I think probably when COVID first hit or whatever, Clubhouse was hot. It was the newest thing on the streets. And then I just got tired of being on Clubhouse. Some people was on Clubhouse and wasn't sleeping. I was like, not me. And it became repetitive. So, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely a platform. Some people are on there at 5 o'clock in the morning. They have the study sessions, Bible sessions, women group sessions, you name it. Anything you can do on a Zoom call, you can do it in a Clubhouse room. I think Lady Darlene says she goes live every single day. if I'm not mistaken. She's a pastor, she's a caregiver. And she has a lot of clients from Clubhouse. So and I share that because I know everybody doesn't want to be on camera. So you gotta have a platform where you can generate leads and find your audience. It's a great question.
This is Shonda. I don't know what I walked into because I just saw the text message and chimed in. But this is good because I don't even know, this is like confirmation too. I just got back on Clubhouse a couple of weeks ago and I'm making a habit of being consistent like every 2 weeks to start going back doing the room. I'm like, I don't know where this came from. But yeah. So yeah, for you to be talking about that tonight, it's like, that's so crazy because I literally just started.
That's
back on
good.
Clubhouse. Yeah.
That's good. I'm excited. So see, you can invite me to your room when you go live.
Okay.
I gotta turn my notifications back on.
And I like it too now because they have the recording. So it
Mhm.
records the room and
Yep.
people can come back through and listen to what you talked about.
Yep, they got the replays. You can download the recordings. Like, I mean, they've done a lot to the app. They've done a lot to the app. So see, confirmation. Glad you joined. All right, any other questions? I'm so excited for y'all. Everybody got ideas and stuff. They're gonna be implementing and stuff. I love it. All right, y'all. Well, y'all know where to find me. I'm gonna log off so we can go ahead and put this recording up for you. My name is DeKesha Williams, your webinar strategist. Be passionate, be purposeful, but more importantly, be profitable. I'll see you ladies next week. Love y'all.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye, sweeties.